If you were ever charged with DUI, there's a good chance the courts would mandate that you would have one of these installed in your car.
You have to blow into it before you're able to drive to prove that you're not drunk.
And one company requires you to sign a contract with strict rules. Chief investigative reporter Jeremy Finley found it's having unintended consequences for innocent people.
Attempts have been made to reach you to discuss your agreement with the tax law.
For Shelley Hoover, the calls keep coming.
You are in violation of the terms and conditions of your contract.
And coming.
You must contact the Intoxilant Collections Department.
And they called me relentlessly. They called my work. They've sent me emails.
They're collections calls coming from Intoxilock. They're a Des Moines, Iowa company that leases ignition interlock devices to prevent accused drunk drivers from reoffending. Hoover was charged with DUI last November and was court-ordered to have one of the devices installed in her car. She says the court didn't tell her, though, she'd have to sign a contract to lease the equipment with Intoxilock for a year.
They never told me I would have to sign a contract.
Not only do you have to pay to have it installed, look at the other charges. $82 at the signing of the lease, $117 in other charges, and nearly $50 every 2 weeks.
I'm a single mom. I wasn't even receiving child support then. It was absolutely terrible.
4 months after her DUI arrest, her blood work showed she was completely sober.
You were innocent the entire time?
The entire time I was completely innocent. I didn't do anything wrong.
And you had to keep paying?
Yep.
Every month?
Yes, sir.
And there's no way to get your money back?
No.
They had to pull all this out.
Angie Blankenship says the entire dashboard of her SUV had to be removed to install the Intoxilock device after her DUI arrest. After making payments for months, her blood work showed she was below the legal limit of alcohol, and the charges dropped. But she had to pay again to have it removed.
Yeah, they charged me $200 more to take the device off of my car. I mean, I'm not rich by no means. And I asked my attorney, I was like, well, can I get my money back? And she said no.
And for Hoover, even after her DUI dismissal, Intoxilock keeps trying to charge her. She claims the company said she violated her contract by never showing proof that her driver's license had been reinstated. There's just one problem with that.
My driver's license was never suspended, and they started charging me $300 a month for breaking the contract.
For weeks, we've been emailing Intoxilock. We also emailed an attorney representing the company in an unrelated lawsuit. No response from either. And I sat on the phone for a half hour with the company, ultimately being told I'd need to talk to human resources. For these innocent drivers, knowing they weren't guilty the entire time and having to blow into a device just to drive was troubling enough.
It's embarrassing to do it in front of my child.
But what they lost financially is still something they're recovering from.
I want my money back.
Okay, Shelley Hoover tells me that she's now getting calls from debt collectors from Intoxilock. Now, I've read through her contract. I didn't see anywhere that shows you have to show that your license was reinstated in order to end the lease, but it does read that you have to show proof that the court that mandated you have the device has authorized you to end the lease early. Hoover says she's now trying to get that from the courts to try to end the contract. Tracy?
How frustrating. Jeremy, I know you just asked the governor about what you've uncovered in your sobering problem investigations.
Yeah, we did. As we've told you, our reporting found 609 drivers in Tennessee were charged with DUI and ended up being completely sober.
These were innocent people that were then charged with a crime they didn't commit. And I'm wondering if you think the state's police agencies need to be taking a look at that.
Well, I don't know the particulars of those cases or arrests. I do know that our law enforcement agencies are tasked with being highly professional and are such.
The governor went on to say that he has great confidence that police are following policies and procedures that are nationally recognized. The question we continue to ask, though, if this training works, why are hundreds of people still being arrested who are innocent? Marius?
A very valid question. Jeremy, thank you so much.